few weeks ago, I posted a video of me playing my ukulele with low G tuning, and this is where I play it. So many of you enjoyed the instrumental, which by the way is called "The Moon Is All I See." But even more questions about the chord progression itself. You can definitely hear that I'm playing a chord. But then there is this weird chromatic bass line moving down. So what is it, and why does it sound so interesting? Let's get into it, but first things first, I'm using a tenor ukulele, and this is my tuning. Low G, C, E, and A. The Moon Is All I See is in the key of D minor, and it starts with the D minor chord. It's played like this with the notes D, F, A, and D. I'm putting a bar chord on the fret number 5, and then on the 4th string I play the fret 7. Now I really like to play a 4 strings bar chord, even though you could just do 3 strings, but I just feel that I can have way more control if I have a 4 strings bar chord. Now once you have this chord down, you can then move the 4th string chromatically down, fret by fret. So from fret number 7 to fret number 6 to fret number 5 to fret number 4. Now this is called line cliche, which allows you to sustain one chord. In this case is the D minor chord, while you are adding a chromatic phrase. It's usually a descending chromatic phrase, which in this case occurs on the 4th string. So we are sustaining this chord, and then we add the chromatic bass line. The last chord is a little bit of a challenge because we have the fret number 4, but also 5, 5, and 5. So you really want to decide how to play that. I have flexible fingers, so I like to just do one bar with the 2nd finger while playing the bass. We can name these chords in 2 different ways. You could have a D minor chord, D minor over C sharp, a D minor over C, and D minor over B. That's the easiest way. But we could also call these chords a D minor, D minor major 7, D minor 7, and D minor 6. Now we can interpret these chords with the finger picking technique. So rather than just strum or pluck the strings simultaneously, we can play like this. So I'm playing with thumb and middle, thumb, index, and middle. And I can repeat the same pattern. I can strum the last chord, and then I can play the melody on the fret number 7 and 8. You can really interpret the chords as you like. For example, strum, arpeggio, and strum. Now we're going to do the same line cliche on the G minor chord, the next chord. Now this chord is played with the note G, G, B flat, and D. And the line cliche occurs on the third string. So I have 0, 7, 6 and 5, 0, 6, 6, 5, 0, 5, 6, 5, and 0, 4, 6, 5. So the first and second string are the same. We just gotta change the third string, which goes from 7 to 6 to 5 to 4. Of course, this is a little bit more challenging because we have to reorganize the left hand fingers. Same finger picking pattern. And then the first string, fret number 7, just a one note melody. Let's put it together. Now we can move away from the line cliche and just play a different chord progression. Now we're going to open up with an F major chord, and I'm playing the notes A, C, F, and C. So the lowest note is actually the 5th of the F major, and the arpeggio is quite similar. We have thumb and middle, thumb, index, and middle. Now the next bunch of chords are just quite interesting and beautiful to play. So I'm playing two diminished triads. The first one is this one, G sharp, D, and B. But I'm also going to add the second string open. We're going to add the second open string to all the chords that we are about to play. So we're going to arpeggiate this chord like this with thumb and middle, thumb, index, middle. And then we're going to bring this chord, the same shape, all the way up to the fret number 4. And I'm going to do the same arpeggio. Next chord, an A minor chord. And I'm playing just the fret number 2, 0, 0, and 3. Same arpeggio with thumb and middle, thumb, index, and middle. Now the same diminished chords, this time starting from the fret number 4 and fret number 7. So when I put the whole thing together, and then we're going to finish with the last chord, a beautiful C major chord played as an open triad. We are playing the notes C, G, and E. So this is the first section of The Moon Is All I See. Next time I'm going to show you the second section, which is played with a beautiful chord progression and a technique called the tremolo. It sounds like this. I'm going to show you a way to simplify the tremolo technique. Now, practice this section, enjoy the line cliche, the beautiful chords, and then I'll see you next time for another lesson.